Do you ever feel that your English could be holding you back in meetings or presentations? Today we'll uncover the most common mistakes Latam executives make when speaking English and how to fix them and sound more confident and authoritative. And hang on, some of these last tips are the most important, so don't swipe off. My name is Teacher Bert Langell. Just call me Bert. I've been teaching and coaching people in business English, executive English for the last 5 years, taught hundreds of people to succeed in their careers, find English speaking jobs, move up in their positions, and speak more native-like. So you don't have to be nervous or scared about speaking in meetings, not having somebody tell you that you're not speaking enough as a leader. Also, at the end of the video, I'll tell you about my 10-question executive quiz that will give you the roadmap and a personalized report on how you can really improve your executive and leadership English. This has helped a great number of people. So hang in there and let's get on with it. And don't forget to subscribe. So just to preview the video, we're going to cover mistakes in pronunciation, grammar, and tone. I'll give you practical tips you can start using today to improve your communication. So let's talk about pronunciation mistakes and how to fix them. The first mistake we want to talk about are pronouncing the silent letters. It's pretty common in English. You've probably noticed that when people are speaking, the words don't sound quite like they're spelled. So many Latin speakers tend to pronounce the T in words like often or the L in salmon. And in Spanish, people say Solomon. So you pronounce the L, but we don't in English. Remember, some letters are silent in English. Practice these words with the correct pronunciation. Often the pronunciation is often or salmon is salmon. So why don't you try repeating these after me and see if you can get it right. And this is not such a biggie, because if you do it wrong, people will just realize you're pronouncing the sound. It will sound strange to native speakers, but it will still be understood. Okay? The important thing is to be understood and work on your fluency. So I don't want you slowing your English down to correct these little mistakes. Just practice them so they become automatic for you. So let's talk about mistake number 2. What do you think it is? Pronouncing the wrong syllable. Very common. People have to have the music of the language. The words we pronounce and the emphasize and the syllables we emphasize. So words like development or photograph are often mispronounced because of the incorrect stress. In English, stressing the correct syllable is key. For example, it's development and photograph. Focus on the capitalized part of each word when you are practicing. So practice these. And another tip would be using online pronunciation tools or apps to hear native speakers and practice the correct stress. A good app is breakingnewsenglish.com. They give you short articles of 2 paragraphs, and native speakers with either English dialect from England or Ireland or those places, or North American pronunciation. Decide which one you want to perfect and use these, and model yourself after the speakers. How about grammar mistakes and how to fix them? The common mistake number 3, overusing articles. Da, and. Example. Latin speakers often add da before general nouns like da technology, when it's not necessary, unless we're speaking about a particular technology that we've been talking about. But if you're talking about technology in general, you don't use the article before it. Remember da for specific things and drop it when speaking about general concepts. Say, technology is advancing quickly, instead of The technology is advancing quickly. Now, if we were talking about that particular type of technology, then we would put the article to let people know that we're talking about something in particular. I hope that's a simple explanation. So let's practice. Find some sentences with general nouns and then sentences with specific nouns and practice these. You could go to ChatGPT and get a list of them. Common mistake number 4. Confusing past and present tenses. And before I forget, don't forget to follow, share, and like my video if you like it. If you don't like it, let me know what I should be doing better. I'm always trying to learn. So people are confusing past and present tenses, and also not knowing the irregular past tenses. An example might be many Latin professionals say, yesterday I go to the meeting instead of yesterday I went to the meeting. This could cause confusion because when you go, yesterday I go, we start thinking you're going to do something now, or you did it now, or you're doing it now, instead of you did it yesterday. So this can be important. Just pay attention to it and just practice so you do it naturally. Pay close attention to past tense verbs in English, especially irregular verbs like it's went for go and did for do. Perhaps you could create a list of common irregular verbs and practice them in the past tense sentences. A good site is EnglishClub.com. I think it's theenglishclub.com. And specifically irregular past verbs. There's a really good list in there to help you. Now, how about tone and intonation mistakes and how to fix them? So this is common mistake number 5, monotone speaking. Some Latin speakers may deliver their message in a flat tone, which can sound unengaging or unsure. To sound more engaging, vary your pitch. Use a higher pitch for questions and a lower pitch for statements. For example, can we review the report versus we need to review the report. And to help you with this, practice reading aloud and recording yourself and notice your tone variations. Aim for a more dynamic delivery. Be an actor. Emphasize things. Let people know what's important. So common mistake number 6, ending statements like questions. An example, Latin speakers might end statements with a rising tone, making them sound like a question. We need to submit this report. We need to submit this report can be taken as two different things. We need to submit this report, or we need to submit this report. What sounds like a question, what sounds like a statement? So for statements, keep your tone steady and let it fall off slightly at the end. This makes you sound more assertive and confident. So again, practice by recording statements and listening for the falling off intonation at the end. Practice is going to make it natural for you. This is going to make it easier so you're not thinking about this stuff when you're speaking. So let's go over this again. Pronunciation. Focus on silent letters and correct syllable stress. Grammar. Use articles correctly and master past tense verbs. So remember, if it's just a general noun, don't use the article. If it's something specific, then use the article. And learn your irregular verbs. And remember to use the past tense when it's required. Tone. Vary your pitch to solid, engaging, and avoid rising intonation in statements. Remember, making these small changes can have a big impact on how you're perceived as a leader in English-speaking environments. So take that 10-question quiz, get your roadmap, get your personalized report, and get on the road to improving your English so you're confident in meetings and people see you as a strong leader and somebody who can lead in English. I'm here to help you. My name is Teacher Bert. You can go to teacherbert.com and find different resources. So I hope you have a great day. Thank you so much.